typical asylum. You got
Whatever,
it.
sure.
Whatever, sure. Please don't kill your wife.
Beale punks out, and then Kirk's like, look, you guys can chill out here, but you need to stop playing fuck around with our ship.
Yes, agreed.
After that, Lokai is like talking to like Sulu and Chekhov. Like he's trying to like recruit them to his cause or whatever.
Yeah, isn't Spock sort of eavesdropping?
A little bit, yeah.
And I thought that was an interesting scene because you don't see a lot of scenes in Star Trek where it's shot from outside the room and somebody else is listening in on a conversation. It's a novelty for the show in as much as you've never seen a scene like that. So it's sort of cool for that.
Like, and you would assume that would happen a lot. Just like there's something's going on, and someone just kind of, like not like creepy like eavesdrop, but like oh, what's going on in here?
Right.
But Sulu and Chekhov don't really seem to care at all.
They're like,
they don't give a shit.
Well, they're like, yeah, we used to have problems like that, but we're beyond it now. We're working towards that 900-year Methuselah mark.
Beale, like I guess Kirk at that point, Kirk's like, oh, like I hadn't noticed you guys are reversies. And Beale's like, no fucking shit, dude. Like white on whatever. Like white.
One of them calls it out and goes, "No, we're not the same.
Yeah, you dicks.
We could not be more different."
Yeah, like it's like if there's like a Korean and a Chinese guy, like dude. I mean, like I can kind of tell the difference.
Right.
Just because I'm a fan of Asian cinema.
And there are differences in language and stuff. And
well, I mean, like if they just
just of descent.
If they if they weren't speaking or anything, but
right.
But yeah, Beale's like my halvesies version is like superior to his, like the white on the right side and the black on the left or whatever it was.
Sneetches, star-bellied Sneetches. That's all this is.
That's all it is.
Dr. Seuss.
He's like, it's superior, and Kirk's like, that's stupid, homie. You look the same to me. So the Enterprise completes its original mission. Again, like, yeah, that's it. Like, it has a mission to do. Like, it's not just cruising around, like, like bumping Dre and trying to pick up some shotties. Beale takes control of the ship again and steers it back to Charon, which they find destroyed.
Right.
And then Beale and Lokai both blame each other's races and start, like, fighting. And when they do, they start glowing, or they, like...
Yeah, they have a pink fight.
Yeah, like, they start, like, glowing, like...
Whenever they touch each other, there's this weird pink, like, energy that starts, like, crackling around them.
And I guess it might destroy the ship. So...
There are so many things that... This ship is the most delicate thing in space.
And they start running around the ship, like...
They're running really weird, though. Like, floppy arms, like, why is this happening? And, like, seeing visions.
Like, images of, like, a bombed-out World War II era London. Like, or, like, being, like, watermarked. Like, watermarked over, like, them running, like, really weird.
Like, that was a really strange choice.
Yeah.
Again, something you've never seen in Star Trek before. I mean, Kirk runs a little funny sometimes, but not like this.
No, this is like like kind of like what, like in like 80s movies, how they have like nerds running. Like, like they don't really know what to do with their arms,
right?
And their heads are like back,
like
they're
little
exhausted.
Kids, like toddlers who don't want to go to bed and are cranky and have just enough energy to move their legs, but the arms are pretty much done.
Pretty much, yeah. So
toddlers haunted by visions of Holocaust.
So they both beam themselves down onto the planet so they can continue fighting, and that's how it ends. Like, that's it.
They literally just ends right there. They're still chasing each other, and Kirk's like, fuck it.
Like, let them beam down. Don't give a shit.
Don't give a shit. Didn't give a shit an hour ago. Still don't give a shit.
Still kind of don't.
Yeah. Let's go find some shouties.
Now that our original mission's completed.
Shore leave! Let's go back to the planet where I can make holograms of ex-girlfriends.
And beat up my bullies.
Yeah. God, what a good weekend.
So, Whom Got Destroyed is our next ep.
This is a fun one, I think.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. They go to Arkham Asylum Planet.
Yep.
And
the second Arkham Asylum Planet they've been to.
Is it?
Because there's the first one where there's the mind wipe thing going on because the doctor's going crazy.
That's right.
And the doctor lady who Kirk got with at the office Christmas party. Yeah. Who looks like Jessica Paré from Mad Men.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so Arkham Asylum Planet.
That episode is called...
Fuck Juice. I don't remember.
That episode is called Fuck on a Duck.
Here, I'll research it. You keep going.
So, they have what they hope will be a cure for insanity. Like, oh, are you insane? Like, there aren't, like, different reasons why someone would
There's a drug you can take.
Like, aren't different reasons why someone would, like, You know, like
there aren't a million different things that can break a human mind.
That would make them like, you know, probably like, oh, like an umbrella, like, oh, this person's insane. this person's under the insane umbrella.
Dagger of the mind.
Dagger of the mind. So they roll up and they find out the inmates have taken over.
The most theatrical inmates in Arkham history.
Seriously. More specifically, a former fleet captain named Garth.
Everybody who served in Starfleet goes crazy.
At some point or another.
If you're not on a starbase, if you're out in space, man was not meant to be in space. I guess that's
what makes like Kirk and Picard like the best,
because they're the two captains who did go crazy.
And still Starfleet is like, no, it's fine.
There's
nothing wrong with the way we do things.
Right, and Kirk just flaunts the Prime Directive, although he hasn't done it in a while.
No, he hasn't.
He seems to have improved.
Yeah.
You know what? He's showing improvement. Hasn't gone crazy.
Let's make him Admiral.
Admiral.
So he went nuts, and it had his crew mutinied on him.
Mm-hmm.
And he found like he was dying, and some aliens taught him how to shapeshift.
Apparently.
And so he took the form of the warden or the doctor or whatever.
Whatever.
Whoever runs an insane asylum.
Jeremiah
planet.
Arkham.
Yeah.
Asian Jeremiah Arkham.
So Garth plans to pose as Kirk to take over the Enterprise, but he needs a password for Scotty to bring him aboard, which he has never needed before.
Well, I wonder if it's because the Arkham planet has a force field around it, and they have to actually take the force field down to beam down. But so maybe that was a precaution just this once for Prison Planet, because they're like, last time you beamed down to a prison planet, you got a dagger in your mind, pussy. So maybe this time, Captain, we could use a password?
And Kirk's like, fine,
whatever, Mr. Scott.
You fucking dick.
You'll never be a captain.
I don't want to be.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! I'm Captain Kirk!
He's going crazy. So,
he like all captains. He's stating
exactly. Like he has like little like brief moments where they're like, "This is it," and then when he reels it back, and
Spock reels him back in.
So Garth doesn't know the password, and as Kirk, so this is William Shatner doing it. I mean, this isn't.
It's so much fun.
This isn't the dude who was playing Garth like in makeup or anything. This is William Shatner, and he throws like the biggest tantrum, like a giant baby, like. No, on his hands and knees, like banging on the floor.
Did you get a screenshot of that, perchance?
Probably. I will.
Okay.
So anyways, he keeps trying to get the code from Kirk, but Kirk won't budge.
Kirk's a BA.
Even after attempted trickery and actual torture. Like he like tries to trick him, but then he actually tortures him. So Kirk makes it with the green chick in this episode. Well, almost.
Yvonne Craig.
Very foxy.
Who played Batgirl.
Yes. So she was beautiful. This week was full of Batman. This is like
seriously, this is the Batman week. I guess maybe Batman was about to get canceled, so they were all like, better start getting work. Star Trek's not going anywhere anytime soon. I'll hitch my star to this wagon. She's so foxy.
Is that where that meme? They're like that Kirk with the green chick, Captain Kirk. Is that where this came from?
I mean,
because the only other green chick we've seen
is an Orion girl on
the Orion slave girl in the cage, which never made it to air,
right?
And the menagerie.
And Kirk's never in the room with her.
No, yeah, there's like that's Pike that she's dancing.
And it's not even a real Orion girl; it's Vina as the Orion slave girl.
Yes.
So this is the only Orion girl Kirk's ever in a room with, I guess?
Yeah.
I want to say there was at least one other, but not somebody he actually talked to. Like, she might have been in the background or something somewhere. Some of our more eagle-eyed listeners might be able to...
Eagle-eyed listeners.
I should have looked this up, but...
I guess
I don't know, because the image of the green chick isn't usually the short hair. Like, it's usually the one with the long flowing hair, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I just know about the meme. Or like that
and by meme,
or whatever.
Yeah, the meme you mean like the memory unit that's somehow in the pop culture, kind of like the line "Beam me up, Scotty," which is nowhere in the show, or "Luke, I am your father," which is nowhere in The Empire Strikes Back.
Well, even I mean, like it's "No, I am your father." I can understand
right,
like
that's an
that
honest
transforming
mistake.
into Luke, I am your father.
But Kirk fucked a green broad. Well, because Kirk fucks everything, and there was a green girl on Star Trek
when you watch Star Trek 2009, he's making it with a green chick.
Right, and the audience loses its
and
fucking
and you
mind.
don't know it at first because the lights are down, but when the lights turn on, you see she's green. You're like, oh yeah, it's like fan service pretty much. I mean, because her being green has nothing to do with the story.
No, but she's good looking.
She's very good looking. Nice.
She looks smart.
Nice breasts.
Yes, she's very shapely.
Yeah, and she's very curvy. Like she's not like
60s curvy, man. She's not Uhura skinny.
Yeah. And Zoe Saldana is very beautiful in her own right.
So beautiful.
But I think I prefer the green chick. Her body.
I mean, look, anybody who's seen my life knows I like curves.
The Khaleesi, the Khaleesi.
I'm gonna paint her green.
The Khaleesi of the Into Darkness Kingdom, which is that's how it's pronounced apparently. Khaleesi. Anyway,
get it right or pay the price. Anyway, so move on, Craig.
So she tries to kill Kirk.
Off and on.
And to like get the code, but whatever. Spock stops her, and they're about to beam to the Enterprise, and Scotty's like, "What's the code?" And Kirk's like, "Spock, you give the code." Haha, it's not Spock, it's Garth. So he captures Kirk again, and then
it's just like a game of merry-go-round.
And holds a ceremony declaring himself master of the universe.
Yes, where he sits on a table.
And then he blows Martha up. Boom!
That's right, he sends her out to choke to death and then explodes her.
Yeah.
That's a waste of a perfectly good green girl. And
a foxy, a beautiful woman. You're just going to blow up beautiful women like that? When there are uggos that deserve to be blown up?
Seriously, there's a pig-faced dude in your entourage.
Like there's a dude with a pig face. and blue Mary Tyler Moore. Not Mary Tyler Moore. Blue Lily Tomlin. Blue alien Lily Tomlin.
But no, you're going to blow up green Batgirl?
You're going to blow up a foxy chick? Garth, you are not master of the universe.
Nope.
So Spock pulls his badass move and like pretends to be like knocked out, and so as two guys are carrying him like by the arm, like on either side, and they're like kind of like he's upright,
right?
But they're kind of like they're dragging him, they're like holding him and carrying him somewhere,
right?
And he pretends to be passed out, and they just nerve pinches both of them, and then just kind of like grabs one of the phases and like walks off.
Spock truly is a badass.
So then he rolls up and he sees two Kirks, each claims to be the real one, Obs. So Spock asks them questions like only the real Kirk would know.
How many green girls have you actually made it with?
And the real Kirk says 4, right. And the fake Kirk says 6. And Spock knows that the answer is 0, so he doesn't know which one to shoot. He's like, well...
You're both full of shit.
It's only logical. It's logical that Kirk would lie, and both of them have lied, so I still don't know who to shoot.
Right. But then real Kirk always ready to have a death to prove the truth.
Yeah, it's like they start fighting, and one's like, smoke that fool, and the other one's like, you gotta smoke both of us, it's the only way. And so Spock smokes the other dude. Mm-hmm. Which is another TV trope that I had no idea Star Trek invented.
Oh, did Star Trek invent it?
Well, unless that was around and TV hadn't been around for a minute, you know?
Yeah, but
I guess in like books and stuff.
The Bible has that story in it, right? King Solomon and the two women with the baby, and they come to him and they're both like, "That's my baby," and the other woman's like, "That's my baby," and King Solomon's like, "Well, I'll tell you what. Cut the baby in half, you can each have half."
It's kind of different.
It is, kind of, but it's the same basic result where the person who's the actual owner says, like, no, please just give it to them because I don't want my baby to be hurt. And then King Solomon's like, aha, and he cuts them all in half because he's like,
I'm King Solomon and I'm crazy. And I have so many minds.
That's right. I've gone crazy working my own minds.
So the inmates get their insanity drug and all's well in the galaxy.
Forever and ever, amen.
And so they inject Garth into it. The Asian warden or doctor or whatever, he injects Garth, and he seems to be like, oh, hello. Yeah,
he's woken up from a long sleep.
And he's like, oh, how's it going, everybody? I'm clearly not insane. And they walk off, and I was kind of hoping that he would turn around like Michael Jackson in the Thriller video, and like Vincent Price would start laughing.
It would have definitely taken the episode.
But what can you do, you know?
I think this is a great cue.
Star Trek.
Yeah, I think this was a great campy one. This is like a Spock's Brain type episode where it's just kind of goofy and fun. And
the hammy acting definitely helped it a whole lot.
Yeah.
Our next episode, The Mark of Gideon. So they go to this planet called Gideon, and no one gets sick there.
Which is dope, I guess.
Well, not so dope,